Okay, so I have managed to do the first boot on here, and I can show you how really complex this is. I may have outsmarted myself. So there's two USB ports on here. This one is used only if you want to use the serial port. This one's really just designed for external power in, and it is labeled aux power. And of course, that one does have the USB JTAG UART bridge on it, which does go through FTDI chip right here, and there is a physical JTAG header that can be used as well for flashing this. I found out some more information, which I'll talk about in a little bit, really about the analog and what else is going on. But for first boot, all that we really have to do is plug this in. I am plugged into my computer, so I just plug this in, and it fires right up. And we do see this LED right here is lighting up and getting darker, and what it's actually doing is reading the default program in here, which reads the microphone and changes the brightness on the LED. And this is a multicolor LED as well. Might be slightly hard to see here. Don't know if I could do that, but it is a bicolor LED, and depending on the volume, if I whistle there, it'll change color and brighten up. So I'm going to go ahead and show you up here on my computer. Okay, so I've just got PuTTY open here, and I'm connecting on my computer. It shows up as COM8 and 115.2, and I just go ahead and hit open, and I will bring this back over here. And at first when I did this, nothing happened. It looked like a blank screen, and so then all that I really have to do is press the reset button right here, and that will boot up, and it is going to go ahead and fire up. And it takes a minute for Pedal Linux to boot, and while it does, I'm going to talk about what I found with the flag, with the analog settings. So I spent a lot of time reading through the features of the chip, and what it turns out it's set up as is a 3.3 volt logic for the headers, and it does mention that the analog pins don't actually work for analog reading. They just basically go right into these Xilinx. So there's not really analog on here, so I'm gonna have to think about how that's gonna work. And it's only really compatible with 3.3 volt headers, expansion ports. So Linux is booted up. I can just log in with root. The default password is root, so be sure and change that. And then it does show that we can type so I2C test, and what this will actually do is it's going to fire up, and it's going to show me acceleration and the temperature reading. So I can see my Z is at plus 4100. Okay, so if I put my board right here, okay, so if I go upside down, the Z goes to minus 5000. Okay, and then the same with X and Y. So my Y is at plus 4000 and minus 4000, and the same with X, plus 4000 and minus 4000, depending on the orientation of the device. So this is actually reading over the I2C bus, and this is just the demo program. So I think that calls it good for my first boot. We got something going on here. I obviously haven't connected any real software to it. PuTTY is just talking to it over the serial port. So maybe next installment I'll get some of the software running and put some of my own code on there. So thank you.